Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I've got some fun things to show you as we kick off today's broadcast. And then we are going to make a birthday card for my grandson, and I'm so excited to be stamping with you here today. So welcome. If you are coming here on Facebook, this is a live broadcast. And I come here twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Central. Hello there, Kim. Thank you so much for sharing my video. And if you are watching the replay here on Facebook, the recording, I am so glad that you are joining me as well. And if you can just put replay in the comments, then I know you are here and can say hello. And if you are watching the recording that's uploaded to YouTube, welcome to you as well. And if you would give me a thumbs up and a subscribe on YouTube, I would appreciate that ever so much. Okay, so that is all the hellos. I'm going to just show you a few things. Hi, Linda. I'm glad you're here. I just launched yesterday my newest monthly class. Every month I do an 8-card class that features a single stamp set, and I'm using Hope and Prayer. This is a beautiful, beautiful stamp set just on its own, and those of us who like to share the love of God, this is perfect. I mean, you've got 4 greetings in really mixed fonts. You can go in a lot of different directions. I'll show you what I did with it, and my class is a $39 class, includes shipping. You get everything you need to make 8 cards, and you can see how I'm using like the cross image. I'm using the little floral branch image, and of course I'm using this gorgeous Splendid Day paper, which I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to cut it. There's the little dove. You are in my prayers. I mean, you could give these year round, send these year round. This one is done in Sahara sand, and I've embossed this layer. So all of these layers come to you cut, prepared. You get all of your die cuts. Look at those gorgeous vellum dragonflies. And then I typically in this class give you a fun fold. So I've done the anchors for Hope Anchors the Soul. And then I've also done it in the pale green. So all of this comes to you, like I said, $39. You get everything in your mailbox. That's all the supplies for the 8 cards. You also get a full roll of this gorgeous soft seafoam seed binding ribbon. It is so easy to tie with. You're going to be amazed. You do get your 8 envelopes in this class. All my classes, I give you Stampin' Up! Envelopes. And then you're going to get a half a pack of this beautiful, beautiful Splendid Day paper. It is foiled, and I featured the foiled side on most all my cards. But the kind of B side, as it were, are these really soft matte prints, and I did feature a couple of those. But you're going to love the class. You do get as well PDF tutorials, step-by-step instructions, full color photos, and you get a full package of these iridescent pearls. So there's a lot to love in this class. This is a super popular class. I do this every month. This is my Cards with a Twist. And let me just pull you up on the computer. So I think there are some comments coming through, and let me give that a minute to come up. So, and believe it or not, I love to challenge myself in various ways. And I did all 8 cards with a single stamp pad. This is the soft seafoam. So I think from what I can tell, somebody is asking about the Christmas card class, and my August Christmas card class actually sold out by the end of July. It is due to go out on the 12th. So I may be able to get it done before that, but the date, and it tells you the date typically on my registration, the date that things are going to ship out. And I always tell you, as long as supplies hold, that's when it's going to go. So, hello from Massachusetts. Welcome, Melissa. And let's see, Kim likes my fun fold. And Marcia, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that so much. And Jackie's here. Linda's here. Marcia, hello, Kay and Laura. We have 2 Lindas on, so welcome, welcome. And thank you. Oh, and Joan is joining us from Florida. Well, my husband is from Vero Beach, and we still have family there. Hello, Crystal. I'm glad you're with us, too. So, like I said, these, you do get all of your die cuts done and everything for you, so you can just stamp and assemble and have fun with this class. What I really love, especially about this class, great way to share the love of God with your family and your friends. These also make fabulous gifts. So if you're, as we're approaching the Christmas season, and you're thinking about what can you give, a set of cards like this to give to a Sunday school teacher, to give to your kid's teacher at school, your grandkids' teachers, to give to, I have family members that are very difficult to buy for. But cards like this make a fabulous gift. So these make fabulous gifts as well as great cards to use in your own personal life. Okay, let me move this aside, tell you one more bit of housekeeping, and then we're going to stamp. So these are all the new items that were released today from Stampin' Up! So these are actually items that are either in our annual catalog or our holiday catalog. I think this is the only one in the holiday. Yeah, everything else is annual catalog. And so these are items that you can earn for free during Celebration. We've had a couple of items that have sold out. And, Stampin' Up! Does a really nice Facebook Live for us leaders every Monday, kind of gives us a little heads up of what's coming. And they had already prepared this. You might think, well, they're doing this because items have sold out. They actually had forecasted that certain items would sell out before we got to the end of August. And they've done this before where they give us like Celebration extra items that are that people are able to purchase or earn for free during Celebration. So we have kind of a little bit of everything. We've got some embossing folders. We've got some foil papers. We have some great dies. And these little boxes are awfully nice. So especially with the holidays coming up, you can do, these make great card boxes. I think you can put about 4 to 6 cards in here. I'm trying to remember. I think 4 fits really nicely. Depending on the thickness of your cards, you could do 6. You can also put cookies in here and all kinds of nice things. So all of our boxes and packaging with Stampin' Up! Are always food safe. So, I like that you can have confidence with that. Okay. I have my oldest grandson is getting ready to turn 11, and I'm bringing out the hippos. So today we are going to use the Hippest Hippos, and this is one of the items you can get for free when you spend $50, and that is $50 retail before tax and shipping. I'm also going to be using the dies. Now these come in a separate little sleeve, but I like to put them in here on a little magnet sheet, because that just makes my life easy. And so you can get the dies as well for a $50 spend. So these are items you can earn for free. And then I'm also going to bring in Amazing Phrasing. This is a really large stamp set. And we've got 2 sleeves of photopolymer stamps. And these are free with a $100 spend. And it's my grandson. So I'm pulling in a grand kid. This is a $21 stamp set. And if you don't have this and you have grandchildren, you are going to want this. Now, it does go beyond. I've used these. You are so loved. We must be related. I can make a card for my brother with that. This is a really good card sentiment here. So smart, so fun, so sweet, and so wonderful. This goes for a lot of folks. So proud of you. I've used congratulations for a whole host of things, but best grandkid ever. To an amazing grandson is the one, to an extraordinary granddaughter. And of course, this is really, no amount of money could ever show how much I love you. But here's some anyway. Those are cute sentiments to use on any cards, and they're really kind of unique. So if you don't have this on your list, I would encourage you to go ahead and get that. Okay. Now, let's go and do a little bit of fun stamping, and I'll show you my color scheme. Now, and you may wonder where I'm going, but hang on. So, my grandson Jonah is turning 11, and his favorite color is orange, has been since he was very young. And so I wanted to combine some colors for him. And you may think, well, what the heck are you doing with that? I'm going to combine this pumpkin pie with Bermuda Bay. And look at this watercolor wash. See how that has a lot of variation of pattern? It looks a little bit washed out. And that's going to be perfect to give just a little bit of interest instead of just using a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock. So I've cut this piece. Let me chop that one real quick. This is actually going to decorate my envelope. Let me just go ahead and get my little mini chopper. Yeah, it does fit. So let me just do that. And let's get busy with stamping this fun little hippo. So let's do the hippo first. And I've just got a piece of 4x2. This is, I say this is a scrap. Sometimes I just go through and make like 4x2 and 4x3 pieces of cardstock because they're really useful sizes and I like to work with them. Now you notice I just moved this. I'm using a cling rubber stamp. So I prefer to have this on a really firm surface underneath me. That's honestly best stamping practices. If you use this foamy mat with your red cling rubber stamps, yeah, it's a little bit too squishy and you're probably not going to get the kind of image that you should. Oh, that wasn't cleaned. Okay, let's do it this way. This is why we have two sides to our fabulous basic white cardstock. So I am going to stamp my little, now, my Jonah, he loves whimsy. He has a vivid imagination. And he is going to love this hippo. I need a cleaner here. When I first saw this hippo, I thought, that's going to be a great birthday card for Jonah. I mean, the beauty of these little hippos is I could use them for all of my grandchildren, boys and girls. And that's pretty nifty. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little piece of scrap paper underneath me. Anytime you're using your blends, this is going to go through this cardstock. So I want to have something underneath me that I don't mind if it bleeds through. Now I've got a couple of shades. I'm actually not going to use this, I don't think. And maybe I should let's bring a little bit of. Petal pink for the inside of his ears. We're going to give him just a little bit of extra pizzazz here, bringing in that little hint of orange to his ears. And we are going to start with dark smoky slate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color or really kind of outline his arms and his little backside and his little legs here. And then I'm actually going to give him, I'm going to do kind of light black toenails because I feel like, I want to have lots of, I want to have some darkness and depth here because I'm going to put this on a white background that just has a little bit of color. So I'm using both dark smoky slate and dark gray granite to just give some variation in the grays here. I want to have a lot of character in my hippo. And then I'm going to come back in with light gray granite. And the reason we have gray granite and smoky slate, gray granite is actually a warmer gray and smoky slate is actually a cooler gray. And both of those are going to work really well with my color scheme because I'm using pumpkin pie and Bermuda Bay. So he's looking pretty cute, very jaunty, and you can see how even though this ink has not dried all the way, I've got a little bit of variation in my gray, which is what I was after. And I'm using this light just to blend everything out so I don't have any like lines of demarcation. I'm going to come in here with my black, and I'm just going to do his toenails black. You know, he's a boy hippo, and I just think that's, and we'll give him a little black on his tail. I think he looks pretty good. Now, I will say his ears are, I've got that petal pink in them, and I'm going to go around the outside of them and just give them a little bit of gray so that I just want I don't want him to have petal pink ears. I just want that to be like the inside of his ear popping out or showing. So I think that looks pretty good. And my next thing I'm going to do is cut him out. And I'm going to use my mini cut and emboss. And I thought it was interesting that all of the new items, well, no, never mind. That's something else that hasn't been released yet. I won't tell you about that yet. Oh, okay, let's get this popped open. And I've got too much stuff here. Story of my life. I'm still unpacking from retreat. You know, I had Creative Escape all weekend. So those of you who were watching me on my live broadcast last Tuesday, I was showing you Creative Escape and all the fun that we get up to. So I had Thursday through Sunday, I was at Creative Escape. And, you know, I bring a lot of my stuff with me. And that's for everybody else to use. That is so people can try out things and enjoy using things that they may not have yet. And that is a very popular feature. I bring a lot of stamp sets, a lot of dies. My retreat co-host, Cheryl, she brings the inks and the punches. I bring the dies and the stamp sets, and that means we carry a lot of stuff with us. I'm still they just shifted. That is something, you know what I'm going to do? Sometimes I don't need this, but sometimes, especially when I'm gabbing on camera, I'm just going to grab a little Post-it note. I'm going to use that to secure my hippo because I don't want him to shift on me. Okay, let's get going here. My mat underneath me is slipping a little bit, my little table mat. So, you know, so he's done. And then I'm going to give him a little party hat. And I'm going to give him a party hat in pumpkin pie. Isn't he cute? I think he's just adorable. I love him. Okay, let me get a little party hat. Here we go. So I'm just going to take a little scrap of, yeah, I've got people talking about the little Stampin' Up! Cutter. I know, it was that was a celebration free with when you joined during celebration a couple of years ago, and I just used the heck out of it because it's so small, you know. It doesn't take up much space on your table, and I love it. And I wish they would offer it for sale. I have a lot of inquiries about those. Okay, so that's punched out. Okay, let's clear these decks a little bit again. Here we go. Oh, I better grab my little party hat, and let's just pop this closed. That snap means everything is closed as it should be. Okay, now I'm going to put a little scrap paper underneath me. And let's just see how we can bring things together. I'm going to put a little piece of background behind my, here it is, behind my hippo. So what I'm going to do is, here we go, I'm going to do the woohoo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this in the background of my little hippo. Now this is, I think it's 3.5 by 4 3/4 is my basic white. So this little woohoo is going to be just the ticket. And I'm starting at the bottom because that's where I want the most color. And then I'm going to bring it up here like this. And then I'm going to do it another time here. Really pale. I'm going to do that one up here. Really, really pale. And then I'm going to do another one, but I don't want that really strong color, so I'm going to stamp it off over here. And then I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to bring the super pale here. So now I've got kind of an ombre effect with my Woohoo. I have purposely kind of done them a little bit cattywampus. I don't want them all perfect and straight. You know, this font is very casual and it lends itself to being, you know, kind of off kilter. So that's done. Now let's see how this is coming together. So here is my top fold pumpkin pie cardstock. So this is just a half sheet of pumpkin pie cardstock. Now here is my piece of Bermuda Bay watercolor wash background. I think, let's see, I can do it straight or, I think I'm going to do it straight, and then I'm going to do this a little off kilter. So you can see how for a young boy, this is just perfect. And you know, there's such variation with kids. My Jonah is definitely a young 11. So he's very, very playful, not in a hurry to grow up at all. And he is a lot of fun. This is going to make him smile. And I know he's going to display it in his bedroom. So actually, this is an interesting, our kids lived here. So Jonah and Abby and Olivia, they grew up here in San Antonio, but they've been in Virginia now for most of this year. And last year they were in West Texas. So their dad is doing traveling with medical. And they always ask the kids, you know, what they'd like for their birthday dinner. And you know what Jonah wanted? Jonah wants tamales. And this is, you know, this is a real Texas thing. And so my daughter said, we can't find tamales anywhere up here in Virginia. So I went on the website and sure enough, I found some tamales that actually Delicious Tamales will deliver, which is really nifty. And of course, oh, there's my party hat. So isn't he coming along so cute? I just love him. Okay, Jackie, you just used this for your granddaughter. Yeah, it's just so fun. It's really, really fun. Now, I need some dimensionals because I'm going to pop him up. I'm really happy with you see how by using the two shades of gray, by using both Smoky Slate and Gray Granite, they work really well together. And just a little reminder, I know that for us in Texas, our back to school tax holiday is coming up yet. Some of you already had it. And so all of our blends count for tax-free. And also our markers. So it's a great time to really stock up on those items because here in San Antonio, that's an almost 10% savings. So depending on where you live, but most states, it's pretty much, it's the markers, it's the blends, it's the adhesives. So, you know, it's a great opportunity to stock up on your blends. Now let's just see. Now you see I'm putting I'm putting a mini dimensional, and we're just going to kind of off kilter his hat too. I think he's really perfection. Now, you know, when you're doing masculine cards, when you're doing boy cards or man cards, I do like to keep my embellishment at a minimum. However, we're going to put a little something there. We don't want to bling out a man card. But I do have something over here that I thought might work. Now, these are in our holiday book, and I thought these would probably be just what I'm looking for. Of course, I took my pick your tool and laid it somewhere that it shouldn't be. Not where it is, not where it belongs, so I'm having to go to, let me just go get it. Here we go. Okay, like I said, I'm still unpacking. So these are such pretty little, I like these because they're quite flat. And like I said, this has got to go all the way to Virginia. And I like these because they give just a little shine, a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of interest without being girly. Now, I did think I might want to try one of these little guys right here on the end of his party hat. I think I can get away with that. Let's see if that will go. Yep, that goes. So I think I will probably put one more. There we go, right in the middle of that woo. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. A simple birthday card for a sweet boy. Now, I am going to put a little something inside here. So I like to put a basic white panel here when I have a darker color cardstock. And that's going to be the perfect place for me to put my little grandchild sentiments. So I have this happy birthday, and you know, this is a really useful happy birthday in this grandkid set because it's a casual font. And when you're not wanting anything too formal, too dressy, happy birthday. And then I have to an amazing grandson. So I'm getting this all ready so that all I have to do is sign and then pop this in the mail. I'm having something delivered from Amazon that is his birthday gift, and then I'm having delicious tamales, which will deliver his birthday dinner. So let's pop this on the inside, and then we want to make sure that when this mail, this happy mail, is going to Jonah, that we manage to make sure before he ever opens this card, we're going to make sure that he knows that this is something special. So this is why I took another piece of this Bermuda Bay Designer Series paper, and we're just going to run a thin little bit. And then we're going to take this, and I want to lay it right up against that fold. And I'm going to press down, and then see how I want to make sure that it's really, really pressed in with the adhesive. Now I'm just going to come along here and see, you know, this is where these watercolor wash backgrounds on the Designer Series paper, they're really useful. You can do so much with them. And, you know, this is actually a really nice color scheme for guys. Pumpkin Pie, Bermuda Bay, and Basic Gray or Smoky Slate or Gray Granite. Any of the grays really work quite well with this. And we kind of combined them. So now I have my really snazzy envelope, and there is my card all ready to send to my Jonah. Now, you know, sometimes I don't know how to leave well enough alone. Let's see. You know, I could. This is a little bit lost up here. Let me see if I can get a darker orange on that hat that will be a little bit different. Maybe one of these copper. This is the brushed metallic adhesive dots. Let's see if I can get away with, oh yeah, that's going to be just the ticket. It's running away from me. That. Really, I like it because that makes sure that I want my hippo to be in focus. I want him to be the star of the show, and I want the woohoo to be a nice little background. So woohoo, happy birthday to an amazing grandson. Simple, sweet, using lots of fun products with celebration. So I will see you back here on Thursday. If you have any questions at all about the new celebration items or about my, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Let's see. Oh, here we go. or if you have any questions at all about my Hope and Prayer card class, just throw something down there in the comments, and I know that when I'm getting ready to go down and have a cup of tea, and I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and I would be very happy to answer any of the comments. Oh, Jeanette, I'm glad you like this. Oh, and Laura does too, and Kim. Okay. Sue Ann, thank you, ladies. I'm getting Jackie and Marcia. Okay, I'm getting a lot of love here. So this is a really classic color scheme that you can use again and again. So maybe you'll make something with this color scheme. And I do love, and I know I need to quit yakking. I do love that the hippo can go, you know, there's boy and girl hippos, and I think they're just perfect for honestly any age. I know some senior citizens who would be so tickled to get a card like this. It's one of those cards that's just going to make you smile. So that is it for today. Don't forget to join me here on Thursday, and I already have some fun things in the plans for you. And until then, take care and God bless.